Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving with the topic that is the extension of my previous video. In previous video, I have explained very well step by step how you can deploy your model onto AWS server using the instance EC2. Today we are not going to create any virtual environment on the EC2. We are going to use the Docker, and this is an isolated environment. It will just create a one file that is called Docker image, and you can deploy it anywhere. So I am going to deploy it again onto the EC2 and show you how you can do it step by step. There are very simple steps you need to follow. If you have already watched my previous video, then you can make today's video very easily. If you have the trained file model with you and you know how to save it, and you are watching this video, then even you can complete your Docker file to upload onto the AWS server very easily. So this video is perfect for everyone, either you are a beginner, intermediate, or professional. So let me first explain you what is Docker actually and why we use it. Okay. I will give you a little bit a recap what I have explained in the previous video. So you can do the comparison between today's like why we should use a Docker. Okay. So first I will make you understand about the previous video, that is recap. Okay. So previously I have explained step by step from scratch. So we had the actually student data set. Using this data set, we want to classify whether the student will placed or not. Okay. Then we have built the model. Okay. If you want to watch this video, you can watch this video, okay, in detail. Then we have saved the model using Pickle, because this is the model file which we are going to deploy. And then we have create template. So we can show it at a front end, okay, using Flask. And then we simply deployed on AWS EC2. This was a process, and then run in the browser. So the final output will be was like this. So the student will come here, they will enter their IQ, CGPA, and score, and then click on the predict button. So it will tell them whether the student will placed, not placed. Okay, so this was we did last time, and we call you have learned to deploy the model onto AWS EC2 server, elastic compute clouding. Okay, today we are not going to do these first three steps, so I am going to skip these steps because today's video is an extension of this video, because I already have my project directory with me. We will move from here. Okay, so today we are going to use a Docker tool. Okay, so we will start from here. This is first step, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So we will start with the third step. Okay, so this is the we have project directory. Okay, then we will create a Docker file inside it. Okay, this is nothing. It contains all instructions which is required to run your model actually. Using this file, we will create the Docker image. Okay, and this image will go upload onto EC2, and then just the same output. That's it. So here what we did, there was a major difference is here you need to create the virtual environment and you need to upload the whole directory structure under this environment for the deployment. But here you only have the single file, that is image. And this is called isolated environment. Now I will make you understand about the what is Docker. Okay. So let's say you have a one lunch box, right? If like you have some ways like how much you want to heat your lunch and then warm up the lunch and then you will eat. You have your own habits, right? So what you do, if you are going anywhere, right? You are going to your friend's house, colleague's house, or anywhere, office, school, or whether whatever, wherever you are going, right? So you are not dependent on them, right? On their environment. So what you will do, you will take your lunch and like whatever you need for to eat your lunch, you will add it all inside your lunch box. Okay, and you can take it anywhere. Okay, and this your lunch box, we will call it lunch box. Okay, so this is your lunch box. You have inside here food or whatever you need to eat, water, ingredients, or whatever you like. Okay, so this is your lunch box. You will pack and you can go anywhere. Where you will go, you want to go like friend's house, might be a school, right? So you are not dependent on friends' house kitchen, you are not dependent on school's kitchen and how you want to eat. You will open your lunchbox and you will eat. Okay? So this thing in technical term is known as Docker. It has its own environment. Okay? So nobody is going to interfere inside it. This is called Docker. Okay? It is not dependent on anyone. So what is this friend's house? This can be your different servers. It can be your AWS. It can be the different operating system wherever you want to like deploy your model, right? So this is the like the Docker. And now the next thing is this lunch box. What it contains? It contains all ingredients plus your snacks, whatever you have. Okay, this is called image in technical term. This is called Docker image. Okay, like if you have the like your model is dependent on Python environment. So what is ingredients? Python, SciPy, Pandas, NumPy, right? So it contains everything inside it. Okay, so this Docker image is inside this, you can say. Okay, it will create this one from Docker to here. Okay, now if we take a layman example again, now wherever you are going, if you are going at the friend's house, right? So this is like the container which lunch box packed. You will pack it, packed lunch box. Okay. So this is called your container, Docker container, because you have packed everything inside it, right? This is a packed lunchbox inside it. This is the ingredients, snacks, whatever you want to eat, how much warm up your food and the way you eat, right? So this is everything is packed inside this. In technical term, this is called a Docker container. Okay. So nobody interfere here. It's also same here, no interference. Okay, and you can run this in any environment, like you are going at your school's friends. This is different environments, so this is not dependent on that. Okay, same. So that is called Docker. Okay, I will in simple, if I give you the recap here, this is your Docker, right? It create what image, what it contains, your ingredients, snacks, whatever you want to eat, right? And this is in technical term, it contains the whatever files or dependency packages you need to require to run your model. And how do you run this? It will run inside container. This is image. Okay, it will run inside it. And this will output to the browser. Okay, so this is the layman definition which I have tried to make you understand. I hope it make you build your basic foundation, what is Docker and why we use it, right? So Docker is nothing. This is just the tool which will pack your everything inside of one image, and you can upload and deploy this image in any environment, either your any different operating system or any other you can say your AWS, Azure. It does not depend on any environment. It is a isolated, right? Because it contains everything which is required inside this. And whenever you will run this, it will run inside this container. Like you, just like you pack your lunch inside the lunch box, like the bag. Okay. So this is the definition. Now I will close the whiteboard. Okay. So let me close this one and open the over this thing. Okay. So I will show you what steps we are going to follow today. These are simple 6 steps you need to follow, and this is very simple, believe me. And if you want to learn from the scratch, you need to watch my previous video, because this is I am going to use a already prepared, which we have prepared in the previous video, project directory for the Docker today. Okay, so you need to look for the previous video too. First step is you will download and install the Docker. You need to do nothing. This is very simple. You will just type docker.com here. Okay. And you will find here this one, and you can download it according to your operating system requirement. Okay. And download and install it only for the personal use. That is free. Okay. It is very easy. I have already installed on my system, and at the end, when installation is done on your system, it will prompt a one window, black window, command prompt, where it will ask you to, would you like to install the Linux environment? Don't worry about it. Just press any key, let it install. I will tell you the reason why it asks. Because we also call it WSL2 permissions or requirement for the Docker, because your Docker requires the natively to run inside the Linux environment actually. And when you install this Linux environment, it will not harm your any operating system. Okay, it will not interfere in your any Windows, Mac, whatever operating system you have. So you can install it without any worry. Okay. So once you have installed it, it will create a desktop icon. I have created the desktop icon like this. This is the fish icon you will see. You need to double click on that and make it run. If you don't run it, you need to run it from here. This is one. Okay. If you don't run it, it will not let you run the commands actually. Okay. So this is you can explore it. These are the containers. They have created the small steps video too. What is image, what is container? You can watch those videos. And this is very easy. This is a Docker hub. Okay. So it contains the all images. We are going to use a Python image today. Okay. And then I will minimize it. Okay. So we will move ahead. We are done with the first step. Now we will create the Docker file and build the Docker image. Okay. So let me open the PyCharm, because we have already created the actually last time in the project directory. I'm not going to do it again. This is my model. This we have created in the first video. That's why I told you need to watch that one. So inside this we have all templates. Here this is the Docker file. I will show you. You need to right click, new, just say file and name it with the Docker file. Don't name it with any other name. It will always be Dockerfile. Okay. You don't need to give any extension and it will look like this. I will share this notebook with you. Okay. So you can copy and paste. I will write down all instructions. Sorry. I will write it down inside the same file. Okay. So you can copy and paste Dockerfile. Okay, so you can write all same instructions. Here I will make you understand. See, I told you we will use a Python image. This is from your Docker Hub. Okay, so we will import this one, and then this is a work directory. This is created with the app, and here what it will do, it will copy your all these dependency inside this directory. We are giving the instruction. As I told you, Docker file is just contains all instructions which is required to create your image, Docker image file. And then we will install the requirement. Whatever files you have mentioned inside the requirements, it will install in your that environment. See, it's a big magic, right? And then you can set up the port. I have set up the 5000. You can set the 8080, whatever you like, okay, to run. This is app.py. We have created it last time. It contains, as I showed you, the interface on the whiteboard, right? The student will come, they will enter their IQ, CGPA score, right? So this will take the input from the user using the post method and give the result. Process the everything behind this, okay? So this is going to reach your model, this file, and do the processing, do the predictions, and throw it again on your system. Okay. So this is important. If you want to know how to create this, you can watch my first part of this video. Okay. So now that's all. This is very simple. This is on our local environment. Okay. Now it's a time to create the Docker image. Okay. For that, what you need to do, you need to open the local your command prompt. Okay. So we will open this. That's it. Okay. Now, when we want to create the image, you should be inside the same project directory where the Docker file resides. Okay. So I am going inside my project. So this is my local environment. Here we go. Inside here, I have my Docker file as I showed you on the pie chart. Okay. Now what you need to do, you need to simply run this command. Just copy and paste this command like this. Okay. This dot is required. This is not extra. Okay. It will create the actually app from the same directory from your this one. Okay. Like the image present directory. So this name you can change. Whatever name you want to keep for your file, you can. Okay. So I'm going to run this. See, I have just to check the Docker. If after installation, if you want to check is the Docker installed on your system or not, just say Docker version, you will come to know. Okay. And then we will press enter here. This one. Okay. See, it start creating the images. You can read the here internal load build definition from Dockerfile metadata. Here it is installing your all Flask, Python, or whatever we have mentioned, scikit-learn. See, it's a magic, right? It will create just a single image instead of it save us, right, from big directory to upload on the AWS. Now our work is done from here. Okay. So we will come out. Now you are thinking where it is created now. It created inside the your Docker hub, the Docker environment. It is not created your app directory, this image inside your local environment. No, you won't be able to see that. If you want to see, you need to run some instruction just to Google how to find the Docker, the image created by Docker. It's a very simple. You just type Docker PS, you will be able to see Docker images, something like that. Okay, you can try those commands. Okay, we are done with this step. Okay, and now we need to run this command. Okay, for this, first you need to create the instance on the Amazon server. Okay, So we will go to now Amazon console. So if you did not create the root user account, you can. It's very simple. I have already created. If you want to look at it in detail, you can watch the video previous, the part 1. Okay. So I will select my zone from here and we will go to instances. Okay. So I already have the 2 instances here, but I will show you and we are going to use the new instance too. Okay. So we will click on the launch instance. Okay. And then we will name it. We can name it with the today's date. Okay. EC2 Docker image 16. Okay. So we will name it with this one. You can keep any name, whatever you like. Okay. And then we will choose, you can choose any operating system. I like the Ubuntu. So I will choose this one. And mind one thing, if you first time you are creating this instance, you are watching this video first time, just to choose the free tier eligible only. Don't try to pick up any other thing from here. That will be paid. And whenever you are creating the account, it will ask you for the MasterCard for verification. It is not going to charge you anything. It is a free tier and it will only for the verification, it will ask you for the MasterCard. Okay. It will cut your only $1. Okay. And then instance type, I am not going to make any changes here. And then I will create a new key pair. This is important because this is you are going to use when you will connect your local, like the environment with your, what we call AWS. Okay, so this is required. Otherwise, you won't be able to add it to your instance on the AWS server. Okay. So if you are using the Windows system, you can choose the PPK. If you don't choose it, it will automatically convert. You don't need to worry in the putty. Okay. So I'm going to create the same and I will name it with the my name, this one, Docker. We can say EC2 Docker image 16. Okay. So I will keep the same name. Okay. We will just create key pair. Okay. So it will download this file. You need to save this file at a safer place. If many people are using your system, it's important because it's a highly confidential. Okay. And then you need to look for this one too. This is very important. Otherwise it won't be open your port public use. Okay. And then we will tick all these. That's it. Okay. Rest we can keep. I will make a change here too. We have a free up to 30 GB because this is the image. When we upload, keep the push the image onto the EC2 instance, and when it extract, it needs some space. Okay. It was not working with my 8, this one. So I will make it with the 20. Okay. Or you can try with the 15 and 10 too. Okay, because we have a free up to 30. So I'm using here 20. My previous instance is created with the 8. Okay. So this is the one. And once you are done, you can delete the instance too if it is not required. Okay. All right. So now we will create on launch instance. That's it. It will take just your 1 to 2 minutes. Even it didn't take, right? I was just saying. So it will take you just few seconds. So now you can refresh here. So here we go. So this is our new instance. Okay. Okay. So now your new instance is created. You just say if it is showing you running, this means it is good to go. Just select it, click on the connect. Okay. Because we need this address from here. And later on, we need this one. Okay. Okay. Now just copy this address from here, IPv4, and we will come back to over this instruction. So I will make a change here. So this is here you need to copy and paste. I used to prepare my commands on the doc file. I just copy and paste instead of typing in the command prompt. Okay. This is your file name. So what I will do, I will save this is that key pair which we download from the EC2. Okay. So I will go to my download folder now. this one. So I will cut it from here and I will go to I will come here. So this is the one. I will paste it here actually. Okay. And I will delete this one. I don't need it anymore. What we will do now, right click on this, copy as a path. Okay. Copy as a path. And now close this one. Just copy and paste this one here like this. Okay. And that's it. Okay. Here you can see here is a PSCP. Okay. If it is by default not installed on your command prompt, you need to install it. Okay. It will give you this like the instruction. You don't need to say do anything special. Just download it and install it. Okay. If you have already installed the putty, because we are going to use that, I have used it in my previous video too. I have showed the link to how you can download and install it. So it will work automatically. If it asks you this command cannot be run, then you need to install this one. Okay. So you can follow the instruction. You will find it very easily. Okay. I have just copy and paste it here. PSCP. This is from the putty minus I, and this is the location on my local system, and here I am creating the image.tar and I'm pushing this, sending this image file which was created right in the Docker like the one onto this server on the EC2 instance. Okay, I will show you how it will look like, and just we will press the enter. See, this is normal. It will ask you store the key in a cache. You just say yes. That's it. Okay. And don't worry if something is not installed, you can just run the command for PSCP. This is just the putty command. Okay. And then it is, you can see it start running. Okay. So it is now creating your image.tar onto your EC2 instance. Okay. So this is it is using this your PPK pair key to connect your local system with the actually server EC2, which instance we have created. That's why we have create the instance first. That's it. Okay. So this is here. And now let me check something. See, if you use the Docker images, it will tell you this image is created. This is I was talking about. If you want to see where you are the first command we created, right? Build the Docker image. Here it is. It is inside your Docker repository. And this is the way how you can see. Okay. Now we are done with this command. Now we will open the putty. If putty is not installed on your system, then as I told you, you just say download putty. Okay, you can download it from here. That's it. Okay. So I will connect, I have connected it with the actually my Win SCP. You also need this software too to install on your system. Okay. Because here we are going to connect with your AWS server using this one. Okay. Putty is just the communication to build the communication to run the commands. Okay. So Win SCP, you also need to install it. Actually, we have worked this all in detail in our previous video. So that's why I'm not focusing on this. But if you want to know, if you're watching this video first time, then you can install these two software, Win SCP and Putty. That's it. And for this, now we will make a connection. Just click on a new site. Come here again. Go to SSH client. Copy this one. And just paste it here. That's it. Okay. So your username is Ubuntu. Okay. If you want to cross verify, you can. Here you go. You can copy and paste it from here too. That's it. Now it require a PPK file. We need to give that. Just click on advanced authentication. Come here. Just select this file, which we have created the key pair. As I told you, you need it to manage your instance, right? So we will do this. If it is in the PAM form, it will automatically convert. You don't need to worry about it, okay? Now click on the login. That's it. Then accept. See, the command which we have run on the local system here, EC2, Ubuntu, this one, image star is there, right? So now your image is here. It's a time to now deploy it. It's reached there, okay? We are very close. Now we will come here, okay? So these commands I have written because on the putty, now we will open the putty from the this one, so I don't need to authenticate again and again. We will click on this icon. We are here, okay? So if I try to run this command directly, actually, I will show you. Look at this. See, Docker is not installed on the EC2 because EC2 is a blank environment, right? And to run the Docker image, you need the Docker environment. So for that, we will run these 4 commands. Okay, these 2 commands to installation, and this is to enable the Docker. So you just copy from here and paste it like this. That's it. It's so easy. You can see it is installing very quickly. Okay. It will take few seconds and we will run the next command too. It's a 97% done. Done. Okay. Now we will copy this one. Copy and paste and run. That's it. Okay. Now you can run this command. Here I forgot to write the sudo because you need a full permission to run this command too. So here we are doing nothing. We are loading over file. Okay. The image file. That's it. So it is running. See, it is loading the layer of your image file, right? Onto the EC2. So we can run it, right? We can see the output, that one. That's it. And now you can run this command. My port number is 8080. I have made this one. So I will copy. What it will do. Remember I showed you the container, Docker container. Now this Docker container, it will enable the Docker container, which is going to map inside this, the image, your Docker image file is going to map the 8080 port automatically. Okay. So we will run this. Actually, my image name was my Docker image. When you see this, like the big number, this means everything is good to go. Okay. Now over every commands are done. We will come here and we will copy this one. Copy and we will keep it here and just we will wait. That's it. Okay. So you don't need to enter any port here. Now this Docker image file is running. We will try our project now. 8.9. This is your we can make it 80 and 90. Now the student will predict whether he will be placed. Okay. So you can play around with it. Okay. All right. So this was all about about the Docker file, how you can create the Docker image. It's a very simple steps as you have seen because I have built this video in the continuation of my previous video. You can watch that video too because in this way you will become master into deployment tool, which is a very popular, super beneficial, and it will help you to give the boost to your resume. And if you are a totally beginner, and you are a little bit afraid or worried, how would I understand about it? Number one, you can drop a comment. I will help you. Number two, you can watch my previous video, which I think I have uploaded 2 weeks ago. That is a totally for the beginner, where I am teaching from the scratch how you can take the data set, do the analysis, prepare the model, evaluation, everything, and then deploy it on the Streamlit. So watching that video, you will be able to understand the actually deployment process, end-to-end project machine learning process. Then you can come here. Okay. And thank you so much for watching this video. I will keep uploading the videos and keep watching my channel. I'm a little bit busy in these days with my actually office work. So that's why I'm uploading it on the little gap. But I will try to upload more and more videos. Okay. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like button, and please drop a comment on what model or algorithm you want to watch the next video. Okay, definitely I am uploading the more practical videos in the upcoming days. Okay, thank you so much. Keep patience, keep learning with Science Data Science.